Sandman, please take me to Dreamland. The incontrovertible cold hung outside like a perpetual invisible icicle. It was no more than 15 above. A clear sky accompanied the chilling blanket over the deep winter landscape. 4 inches of snow covered the scene in an unending display of hard white powder. A slow-moving car and occasional porch light dotted the otherwise monochromatic picture. Inside the trailer, 2 young adults argued in the small kitchen. In a room near the back of the trailer, a small 9-year-old girl held her soft teddy bear tightly to her breast. Beth's brown eyes created the smallest of tears as she involuntarily listened to the dialogue. She occasionally stroked her short brown hair that was tied in a bow. It was seemingly an attempt to wipe away the conflict. "It's no goddamn wonder we don't have any money," the half-drunk, long-haired, bearded husband of 28 continued. "You spent over $100 for groceries, and you've got another dress for Beth. Shit, girls don't wear dresses anymore." He paced back and forth on by the kitchen table where his young wife sat. She stared at the floor before responding. "She needs nice things," the wife admitted. "You sure don't spend much time with her. You're like drinking with your buddies more than spending time with your family." A loud slap reverberated through the trailer. Beth cowered even more. She had heard that sound before. Beth knew what had happened. It had happened many times before. "Why can't they get along? I thought they loved each other," she thought to herself. Honey, I'm sorry." The wife moved to the couch and started crying uncontrollably. The dazed husband just stared at her with semi-compassionate eyes. "It's just that things are tight now. We have to watch the money." His lecture on economics seemed to add no credence to the fact that he hit his wife. A drunk is usually on a different plane than other folks, rationalizing violence with an always vain attempt to make order out of chaos. And for one time he knew it. He changed the subject. "I have a part-time job Saturday. I'm going to help Ralph move. He said he'd give me $100. The wife seemed to cheer up a little. Her man, she thought, was going through some rough times. He didn't mean to hit her. "That's great. Honey, listen." He sat beside his wife on the couch. "I know things are tight, but let's go down to Dolly's and I'll treat you to a few drinks and steak dinner, like old times." It was probably only a minute before she responded, but for the husband it seemed like a week. Okay, she said. The couple got up and put on their coats. Mother went back and told Beth that they were going out for a while. Beth, with her tiny head staring at the floor, said she'd be all right. Prior to leaving the bedroom, Mom said, "Beth, honey, don't let anybody in the trailer. We'll be back in a few hours." With that, the couple went out the door. Beth sat alone in her room. She looked out the window and saw the truck pull out of the trailer court. She went to her small nightstand, pulled out a piece of paper. On the paper there was something already written. She pulled out this small battery-powered keyboard from under her bed. The keyboard, and paper were now all on her bed. On a shelf in her closet, she pulled out a small tape recorder that she'd had for several months. She always liked to record her music. She returned to the bed with her extra item. She remembered how happy she was when her mom got her the keyboard for her birthday. That had been 5 months ago. She had learned in the meantime to set up rhythm and an internal drum effects. She also learned that she could change chords on the left side of the keyboard with one finger. She'd even learned to play the chords of minors and sevenths using 2 or 3 fingers. She even learned a few songs using the songbook that came with the keyboard. Mama said that she was a natural, whatever that meant. A cruel wind blew outside. A whistle seemed to come from somewhere. It was almost like someone else was getting ready for the music. Beth turned the small keyboard on, set the rhythm and drum options. She looked at the piece of paper beside her on the bed and pressed start on the keyboard. She turned on the small tape recorder beside her. She sang what she had written so far. "Sandman, please take me to Dreamland, a place that is far, far away, where mommies have love and daddies don't cuss and children are happy all day, where rainbows shine in a clear sky, people are happy at night. Sandman, please take me to Dreamland. Everything there is all right." Beth played what she had written over and over again for about 1 hour. The soft music was as a balm to the small pink trailer bedroom of the little girl. It was 9 and she was getting sleepy. The wind continued to howl outside. Beth put away her stuff, carefully putting the paper back in the drawer and the keyboard under the bed. She rewound the cassette in the tape recorder, but left it on her nightstand. She changed into her pajamas and made one last trip to the bathroom, returned, got in bed, and went to sleep. In a matter of minutes, the Sandman had done his thing. Beth was fast asleep. She thought that she'd slept for a long time. A hand was shaking her, saying, "Beth, Beth, wake up." Beth awoke. However, she wasn't in a trailer. She was lying on a beautiful lawn. A field stretched for what seemed forever in all directions. The grass was incredibly green, and flowers grew unendingly in all directions. Thousands of people were strolling in flower gardens, children playing on swings, and everyone seemed happy. Am I in Dreamland? Well, I guess you could call it that. The gentle face looked incredibly beautiful. She could not discern whether it was a man or a woman. This is Molly. She wants to take you to the fields to play. Is that all right? Sure, Beth responded, feeling that the response might have been a little too disrespectful. The two beautiful little girls played all day. Not a mean word was spoken by anyone. It must have been a dream. Beth was so happy that she had almost forgotten home and misery. She sort of missed her mom and dad. She only wished that they could be happy, too, like her. Perhaps they could come to Dreamland and everything would be all right. After hours and hours of fun, Beth could not contain herself. She finally asked the being who he or she was. "I am your father." Beth smiled. She knew everything now. The wind howled mercilessly outside the trailer. Mom and Dad arrived back at the trailer around 1:30 a.m. The truck actually slid on the ice, almost wrecking when they saw the horror. "Oh, my God!" The mother's tone was one of indescribable terror. "Beth, Beth!" The couple rushed to the back of the trailer. They couldn't get in the front door, so they attempted to open the back door by Beth's bedroom. The wind had blown over a giant pine on the trailer sometime during the night. The entire back of the trailer was crushed, including Beth and Beth's room. 911 was called, and neighbors already there attempted to clear the tree from the back bedroom. A neighbor, Bill, had brought a chainsaw and carefully removed tree parts from the roof. The police and emergency crews worked to get in the bedroom also. After a half hour of brute force by many, a pathway was made to the bedroom. Outside the crushed door, the EMT people heard a sound. It was a faint sound, a human sound. For a moment there was hope. Axes, feet, arms, all got the bedroom door open. And there, viewed from the light of a single flashlight, was Beth, young, cold, crushed, dead. Outside, the mom cried uncontrollably. Inside, from the corner of the room, activated by a single broken, fallen tree branch, was an operating tape recorder listing a sad ballad in the cold night air. "Sandman, please take me to Dreamland."